Good morning, my mates. Welcome back to the Diaz Sports Roundup Show. The show that we bring to you every single Monday at 12:30. But you might notice I'm not Robbie and I'm not AGT. But we have got some super subs in today. The starters are on pre-season tour. To my immediate left, we have Nick in his lovely Man United shirt.
Thank you very much. Trying to have a Wayne Rooney versus Fenerbahce kind of debut today. Little Hattie on the debut.
Oh, yeah, it's his debut as well, actually. Forgot about that. So give him
yeah.
a nice, warm
Sharp.
welcoming, please. To my far left is Lottie.
Thank you.
Yeah. Little clap on that. What's happening, Lottie, mate?
Pleased to be
Got a
here.
new shirt on and everything, haven't you?
I have, man. Yeah, I like. What do you reckon? I quite like it.
It is quite nice, actually.
I'm a fan.
They always make the best shirts, lad.
I'm a fan.
If we could only do as well on the pitch as we do off the pitch,
As they all say.
we'd be in a good place. But yeah, thank you.
And then to me right, we've got the regular starting lineup on the right wing here, lad. Matties.
brother? I'm
I'm
very
good,
well.
lad. How are you?
Let's go.
Big up, brother. Very well.
Let's go.
Busy weekend once again.
Yes.
Lots to get into.
Yeah.
Oh, there's lots to talk
Yeah,
about, especially
good.
from a Liverpool perspective, let me tell you. Okay, lots to talk about. But first, we're going to start with the mighty Lionesses because, wow, this team continues to deliver, continues to surprise us in every single moment. And I've just got to say, I think Chloe Kelly is probably the most clutch player that's ever played for England, men or women, ever.
Yeah.
She is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Did you just watch the game yesterday, lads?
I didn't get to see it because I was just coming off the Formula 1 stuff, but back-to-back European champions, that is no joke. Like, no joke. You look at the men's team in comparison, do you know what I mean? That's something that they'd be dreaming of striving for, and these guys just seem to be imperious. Like, the Spanish team, that's a proper team they went up against, and obviously went to
world
penalties.
champions.
Yeah, went to penalties, kept composure, most of them, and won it. So, no, fair play to them, man. Very impressive.
Ironically, the women's have what the men's don't at times, which is like when the game's not going your way, just get your teeth down, grit into it. Yeah, grit, and just get through the game. And they won it in the end on penalties. Spain were far the better team, but it doesn't matter. You take it to pens, you win the game.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, we did a watch along for DR yesterday and for the game, and it was a very enjoyable experience. But yeah, like you guys said, I mean, amazing achievement. Back-to-back European champions, beating the world champions in the final. And let's be honest, England have not been at their best in this tournament. I think that's fair to say. They lost their first game against France. Okay, they beat Netherlands and Wales. They're expected to win those games, played well. But then against Sweden and Italy, had to come from behind. Gaining the final against Spain. So to do that, that shows really good mental fortitude and heart and all the rest of it. So, yeah, they got the job done, man. And, yeah, well played. Yeah,
It's almost
phenomenal
like
achievement.
the second that this England team believe in themselves, they switch it on every single time. You've seen at the start of the game, I'm going to be honest, I thought Spain were going to walk away with it because the football that they were playing was unreal. That first goal that they scored, playing out from the back, all the way onto the wing, whip it in, here you go, boom, nice and easy for the striker to finish. But as Laurie said, the resilience is just there to be seen. They done it in the last game, was it 96th minute and then 119th minute. Ridiculous comeback. They remind me of Liverpool a little bit, can't lie.
And as well as England hung in there, I've got to say this, if you're Spanish, you're going to be thinking that they had opportunities to put that game away. I think they had something like 20 odd shots on goal.
I think Nick said it before, 2.2 was it?
So, yeah, 22 shots to England's 8, 2.56 expected goals to England's 1. So just you're pulling your hair out if you're Spanish right now.
But the more you watch the game, the more time was right, especially after England scored. You started to think that, you know what, this could be England's day. And when it went to penalties, to a man on the panel yesterday, we all said that we thought that England would win because it just had that momentum shift to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well played.
Special shout out as well to Hannah Hampton because what a performance she's put in all tournaments. She had last minute call-ups, wasn't basically supposed to play. She's been through a lot in her childhood with the vision and we've all seen the memes around it. And she stepped up again yesterday and saved 2 penalties. She was fantastic all game. Honestly, I think the men's team have got a lot to learn from this women's team. And if we're talking about the manager as well, Sabrina, is this her 5th or 4th final in a row?
Yeah, I think it is.
I believe it is, you know.
Yeah.
She's done it twice with Netherlands, 3 times with England, I think.
Yeah.
Incredible, mate. What a manager she is, honestly. She'll be up there for some awards there.
And to think that there was talk that before the tournament started, there had been 1 or 2 disruptions, like the Mary Up thing.
Yeah.
Millie Bright had pulled out, 1 or 2 other people as well. And there was talk that had, the tournament not gone well, they might be looking to replace her as manager. I mean, that looks all very...
Done it again. Done it again. Yeah. All right, so well done, the Lionesses. It was a fantastic win. Hopefully we'll see many more trophies from them, and they were brilliant. Yeah, we can all agree.
I think they got the celebration tomorrow, aren't they, in London?
Have they, yeah?
I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow.
What,
The homecoming thing.
Okay.
Do you know what's cool about this as well? Yeah. England fans are always saying it's coming home, and with the ladies, it never left, did it? No. It stayed right here, mate, honestly. That's how you bloody do it.
Back to back.
Putting the men to shame.
Honestly. So the next topic we've got here is Liverpool 1. And I've got a lot to talk about this, and you can add your little 2 pence
Go on,
as well.
absolutely.
Yeah? Diaz to Bayern Munich, yeah? 65, 70 million pounds. What are we thinking about this transfer? I think that's a great fee for a 28-year-old who's turning 29 in the middle of the season. He's 30 next year.
Yep.
He's done a lot for Liverpool. He's a fantastic player without a shadow of a doubt. But we're looking to build for the future, and you know who I'm talking about, and we're going to talk about him soon. Yeah?
Well, I remember when I saw an interview, I don't know if it was Edwards or one of your technical sporting directors a couple of years back, and they were saying that obviously the policy of bringing in players that are around about 20 to 24, they've had some experience, so they're ready for the move now, but they're about to have their prime with Liverpool, and then a 5-year contract, and then it just gives them the opportunity at the end of that to say, right, you're just about to come into your 30s, you're just about to ask for some serious dough, which is Van Dijk and Salah and Trent and whatnot, and we're going to choose whether we're going to sell you and make a lot of money back, maybe sometimes profit or all the money back, or we're going to give you that contract if you're one of the key players. And Diaz, as good as he is, doesn't go down as a Salah or Van Dijk. It's a perfect time to sell, perfect time to make a profit, I believe, on what you paid from Porto and reinvest that back into the squad. And when you look at Liverpool's signings throughout the whole summer, they've all been like 21 Gyokerers, maybe like 24 Frimpong or 23.
Yeah, it's 22.
They're all in around that age. And you have to commend it. Like, it's proper business. These guys don't put themselves in precarious positions financially. They don't overspend, their means. They just do very smart business. And I remember when we were looking back at last summer where they didn't bring in anyone, and it reminds me of the fact that when we're talking about Liverpool, we have to remember, funny, they could get rejected, Caicedo, Lavia, but then they don't go to the B, C grade players. They just literally say, right, I get who I want. If I can't get who I want, I don't get anyone, or I get Endo for 10 million or whatever, and I don't waste money. So, respect to it, man. Respect to it.
It's a brilliant move, to be quite honest with you. 70 million for that type of player. It's been great for us, and I seen at the start of the window, Liverpool were looking to maximise his performance value, and we would. Like, as a fan, I'd happily keep him. But when we're talking about what's happening afterwards, and I'm going to say it now, Isak to Liverpool, right? 120 million pounds, it's a lot of money. This money is going to go towards big transfer. And if you're looking at Isak, right, I'm going to tell you why you should be joining us, mate, because I think that we're the perfect step for you. I really do. First of all, we're champions of England. I don't need to say any more than that, right? We are literally the champions. That's a good enough reason to join anybody.
Champions of the world? Do you want to
Let it go.
Alexander!
Bloody no. Yeah. Secondly, you're talking about the profile of Alexander Isak. It perfectly matches what Slot wants, how Liverpool's philosophy is. It's absolutely perfect. He's got great mobility, great movement, technical ability. He's smart. He's dynamic. He can be played in interchangeable positions. And if we're looking at this season now for Liverpool, we are looking to play the slot football that he played for Feyenoord, not the football that we played last season, because he didn't have the tools that he needed to play that fast, dynamic, transitional football from the back. So he created stability, and it bloody worked. It was great. We won the league with it. Fantastic. But I do think there's a gear we can go up, and I think Arne Slot's looking to do that with the buys that he's bought. We've bought some of the young, best talents in the world. We bought Wirtz, Gyokerers, Frimi, and now Hugo. They are statements. We are ready for the next 5, 6, 7 years with these lads. Yeah. When you're looking at somebody like Isak, he's on the outside right now, looking at this party with Liverpool, all this money flying everywhere, right? He's got to be thinking in his head, I want to be part of this. I want to be part of a team that doesn't just participate, because unfortunately, Newcastle, you might be in the Champions League, but it's very unlikely that you're going to win it. So for me, when he's looking at our team, if he really wants to become this world-class player and he wants to hit that next stage, Liverpool is the perfect spot for you to go to do it.
I must admit, you've sold that very well.
We're dying for a number 9. We're dying for one. We haven't had one.
One thing I want to say to you, though.
Go on.
is there an outside chance that Isak could stay at Newcastle? And I'll tell you why I said that, because over the weekend it emerged that one of the reasons that was the catalyst for this whole transfer request, in effect, let me explore my options, was because I think Isak was suggesting that Newcastle had reneged on some deal to pay him some money. So, if that is indeed the case, if Newcastle go back to him and say, look, sorry mate, that was the old owners and new owners and this and that, we can sort that money out if you stay. Well, do you think there's an outside chance he could stay, or do you think his head is fully turned?
I think in the long term, his head's turned. He's not going to want to stay there forever. He's one of the best strikers in the world. I put him in probably the top 10, top 5 strikers on the planet right now. He wants to win the big trophies. And whilst Newcastle are definitely an upcoming team and they're playing fantastic football, no doubt about it, are they going to go on to win the Prem in the next 5 years? In the next Champions League, and they're winning that in the next 5 years? I can't really see it just now, especially with the new financial fair play rules that are in. It's not like the City rebuild. It's not like when they started. They can't go out and spend all this money. So actually, is it a good thing for Newcastle? I'll put it to you. For them to get a big fee for somebody like Isak, and then buy, like Liverpool did when we bought Mane and we bought Salah, buy them players that are on the precipice of being a great player. You don't know, right? I think it could be
absolutely.
a good thing.
The one thing I would say about that is it depends how you use the money, innit? I remember years ago when Tottenham were in a similar situation. They got the Gareth Bale money, went out and bought a load of man.
Salgado?
Salgado, most of them didn't amount to very much. So ultimately, it depends on how you spend the money you receive.
Which is fair, right? Because I'm not laughing at you, but I am laughing at you. I'm so sorry. Newcastle have bidded for about 17 players, I'm not even joking, and every single one of them has turned them down. So you're right there. Maybe if they have the money, they're still not able to buy the quality players because they don't want to go. And doesn't that tell Isak something right there? If players don't want to go to your project, then where's it going? Where's it going? Liverpool are getting the best talents in the world right now. This is an exciting time to be a Liverpool player. We are desperate for a reliable number 9. Hugo Ekitike is not that. He's a facilitator. He's a good goal scorer, but he's not a bagsman. There's a very big difference. Isak, you're a bagsman. You can wear the number 9 shirt for Liverpool, start right away and kick on. You're going to be getting delivery from players like Mache, Wirtz, Salah, Fremi, Gyokerers. You're playing with a solid squad, and people are worried, right? They're saying Liverpool are bringing in too many players. They're not going to gel well, right? These are excellent footballers. These adapt very quickly. And not to mention, we're not doing too much, in my opinion. We still have a core group of players that are starting in that team that are going to ground the new stars. If you're looking at Salah, you've got Mache, Dom, Grav, Ibu, Virgil and Ali. They're solid players. Cody as well. They've won it all. They've done it all. That's a core nucleus for the team to build on the others. But I don't know what you think, but I think Isak to Liverpool is the perfect step up for him.
I'll be honest, I don't think you need to sell it to him.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's clear that he wants Liverpool. Liverpool want him. They're financially able to make it happen because of the sales, like we said with Luis Diaz. The one thing I would say is, if you're Ekitike right now, you're probably not very happy, because I think you can, obviously there's no harm in playing secondary to Isak. He's one of the best centre forwards in the game. I agree with you. So that's fine. But you've made your quote unquote big money move. You want to get minutes and behind Isak, and obviously Carabao Cup, FA Cup, you're going to come on in Prem games, but I do think he's probably a little bit unhappy. The one thing I would say about,
a big step up from Frankfurt, though.
No,
Massive,
of course. But I agree in terms of, you know what, as well, I wouldn't be completely surprised if at times we see Isak and Ekitike starting.
100%.
Because the way Salah kind of plays on that right is he's basically a right forward. He's not really a right winger nowadays. So if you kind of get Isak doing that same role and you get Ekitike dropping in that sort of Firmino type role, because he's got that in his game. He can drop and link the play.
Facilitator.
And he's a facilitator. He's a different kind of striker to Isak. So I'll be honest, it's scary as a United fan, as any rival fan. It's very scary seeing what Liverpool do. The only thing I will say about Liverpool now is you're going to play a much higher line. And even against AC Milan, we saw this with Rafael Leao. If you've got someone you can run in behind, if you've got pace in behind, you can catch Liverpool out. And Frimpong is going to be basically a right winger, because Salah's going to be tucked inside. Frimpong's going to be a right winger. At times, Gyokerers is more or less going to be a left winger. So you need to sort that out, and you need some more centre-backs. Because I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, all right, so you got Van Dijk, fine. Konate, little bit injury prone, also looks to have his eyes on Madrid a little bit. And then you've just let Quansah go, and then you've got Joe Gomez, also injury prone.
He's injured right now.
There you go.
He's just got an injury.
This is for me why Szoboszlai is definitely going to be playing. Like I know people will be like, oh
Good
yeah,
take.
there's a 4-2-3-1 in this world, and it's Verts, Katike, Isak, and Salah, and then it's McAllister and Gravenberch. I'm sorry, McAllister is not covering the wide areas like Szoboszlai.
No,
he hasn't got the engine that Szoboszlai's got. He's not gonna win the duels that Szoboszlai's gonna win. If you're drawing up this team, and to be honest, Gyokerers can defend. That's the good thing. Like Gyokerers, Frimpong, I'm not too sure. I've seen him only at wing back, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason why. But Gyokerers can defend, so I'm sure he'll do his due diligence and be on some sort of leash to a degree. But in terms of Szoboszlai, he's going to be needed to just mop up and cover ground, because, like you said, there's just so many attackers in that team. It's very easy to just forget about the defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting.
As a Liverpool fan, I'm terrified of that centre-back depth. We've got none. We've got 3. One of them's currently injured right now. I don't know how long for. Ibu is definitely injury-prone. But I'll put this to you as well. We have 3 left-backs, right? Right now, doesn't look like we're selling any of them. We've got Gyokerers, Simi, and Robbo. Robbo's our, veteran of the team. He's got a little bit of a head on him now, mature head. Do we see him probably playing in a centre-back role, maybe in a back 3 to protect him? I don't know. Slot, I feel like, is a very tactical manager, and he could have a different plan for Liverpool altogether. We're thinking about a 4-3-3 because that's what Klopp's played for the last 10 years. But it could be different under Slot. We never know.
But if he starts at left back and then Frimpong has the license to go and it kind of shifts to a back 3, then you wouldn't really want him starting there.
No.
But get a Carabao Cup or FA Cup fixture and you might be all right with it because the experience might carry him through. But you're gonna need more. Yeah. And also, Robbo's picked up a few injuries here and there as well.
He has.
The backline's quite injury prone, I'll be honest. So you spent a lot of money on your attacking line. It's looking really, really good, but there's a little bit to be done in your defensive line.
You'll have to let us know in the comments what defenders Liverpool can get, because my centre-back knowledge is a bit poor, to be quite honest.
The style thing is interesting, because I think it's fair to say that last year you kind of played a hybrid, didn't it? So you had the Jurgen Klopp so-called rock and roll football. Then Slot came in and he kind of modified it a little bit. He didn't change it completely. He tinkered with it slightly. So I'd be interested to see this season. Obviously, this is more his own team with a lot of additions. And like you said, attacking additions. So it'll be interesting to see just how they will, what style of football they will play.
But what I've seen,
pressure's on him now as well.
Absolutely, it is. He's just won the league. He's getting all these big money signings in. It's time to show us why you're buying all these players, right?
And City will be better. Yeah. Arsenal should be better.
Yeah. Chelsea. Even Man United, to a degree, will be better, mate. Not that good.
We're not there. We're not there. Yeah.
But okay.
We're not there.
And you're right about the pressure, because obviously last season you spent next to nothing. Chiesa came in, he hardly played.
He's going.
You won the table. Yeah. You won the title at, let's face it, a bit of a canter. This season, however, you spent a lot of money. So have the other teams, and so it'll be interesting to see how it all works out. Absolutely. I mean, would you say you didn't win the title? Mm-hmm. Would you look at that as some kind of huge failure, given that you spent all this money this year, or would you just put it down to other circumstances?
Do you know what? I'll be fair, because when they spent all that money, I said that they should be winning loads of trophies. So if I'm going to say that about them, then I should say it about us as well. Yes, Liverpool are spending Chelsea money. If we get Verts and Isak in the same window, Liverpool go and win the league, because that is a ridiculous amount of money to spend.
So you're saying anything other than winning a title is abject failure?
It's not. That's strong words, damn lorry, mate. It's not abject failure. It's just not hitting the heights that we should really do with such talent in the team.
Yeah, you're by far the favourites. Yeah. By far the favourites.
If you lost it on the final day, but you still won the Champions League, that wouldn't be failure.
Exactly.
So there's ways of getting around it, but there's not many ways.
You've got
because you got to win something major. Everybody's got to win something major. I don't feel like it's just Liverpool. Liverpool are spending the money they haven't spent in a couple of seasons. Man City need to win a major. Arsenal need to win a major. I'd like to think we need to win a major. Everybody needs to win a major. So it's like, and there's only so many majors. So someone's not going to get what they want. You know what I mean? So
I've got some funny super chats here, right? And honestly, the amount of people that are sending in about this announcement video for Gyokerers is unbelievable. That video is going to make this channel a lot of money, I swear down. Chris UJ says Cecil deserves jail time for that Gyokerers video. It is a good question. Donny LFC, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. He says, what's more impressive, 15 goals in the German league or 30 in the Portuguese league, which has mostly championship level teams?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's a bit of a loaded question, that one. I think I know what you prefer, Donny. What do we think, lads?
In the Bundesliga or the Portuguese? Well, for me, the Bundesliga is definitely a higher level than the Portuguese league.
Yeah,
that's for sure. 15. What was the?
15
So he's talking about
Bundesliga.
Hugo TK basically. And
15 or
30 something in the
39. I think Gyokerers got.
Yeah,
39.
A lot of them were penalties.
No, don't come with that. No, don't come with that, bro.
No, I mean from a purely goal scoring standpoint, Gyokerers has got to be considered to be someone that you're expecting to continue some level of that. Yeah. It's going to be a drop off, but I think his minimum aim is going to be 20 Premier League goals.
I can't see a world where somebody scores 56 goals in 54 games and doesn't come to the Premier League and convert at least part of that.
Yeah.
The way I'm seeing him really is like a Haaland. You're not buying a player that's a wonderful footballer on the ball and you love to watch him. You're buying a bagsman. You're buying somebody that's going to be in the box when you need him to be, to slot all of them crosses that Xhaka and Martinelli with him. That's literally what you're buying him for, and that's what you've needed for so long. The finishing touch, that's what he is to me. I think he's going to do well. If I'm personally honest, I think he probably will get more goals than Hugo TK. I do think that.
Yeah.
But
well, TK won't get the same minutes either.
I agree.
Yeah. But Gyokerers also just gives Arsenal a different kind of outlet, because what Arsenal have never ever really had is that outball. So if you want to draw someone in and then get a very direct ball over the top to someone who can run into the channels with like good running power, you've never really had that. Gyokerers will give them a load of that. It's a different way of goal scoring. I feel like Arsenal have been too boring at times.
Personally, I'm excited by the signing. Yeah. I'm not just saying that for effect. I am. If you remember, we were linked with Sesko for a while, and I was one of the Arsenal fans who said, nope, we want Gyokerers. We want a proven goal scorer. Want somebody that knows what it's like to hit those numbers. And personally, these comparisons with other leagues and stuff, it doesn't really mean too much to me. At the end of the day, you love your boxing. It's a bit like what they say. When a boxer's knocking everyone out, and I say, yeah, but those guys, but he's still knocking them out. You've got to have that punching power to do that. I'm convinced that Gyokerers, when you consider as well the amount of possession we have, the amount of chances we create, he'll bang goals, I'm sure of it.
I think he can ride confidence like a wave. And if he's got that confidence from the Portuguese league, maybe he can ride it all the way into the Premier League, gets his first goal in his first game. And
I mean, he scored a hat-trick against Man City last season.
He did, yeah.
So, you know, all those people saying, I'll be only doing it in the Portuguese league. So
he's right. I'm going to rattle through these super chats dead quick. So we've got Aaron Polk. Please, I'm sorry if I butchered your name there, mate. He says, Victor Gyokerers is going to win the 25-26 Golden Boot. Book it now. He's going to do it.
I'll tell you what, that's him and Isak.
Maybe a good shout, mate.
That's a good bet.
Eddie Howe from Donny LFC again. Eddie Howe said they are not in contracts with said yesterday, so Isak is not in contract talks with them anymore. Question for the panel: predictions for Gyokerers of the amount of goals in the EPL only this season. What do you think? How many he's going to get?
Gyokerers?
Yeah.
I think he'll get anywhere between 18 and 21. So I'll just go 19.
Why 21?
That is a very
just because
that was specific.
I feel like 22 is like Mane prime, Aubameyang prime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Salah. So I'll go 21. But yeah, no, I think he'll get goals, man, because I think it also is going to be interesting to see if Saka gives Gyokerers his penalties, just because
I don't think he will want to give that up.
Won't want to give it up, but I feel like Saka's cemented at Arsenal, and he's already very, very comfortable in terms of he knows what he's doing. He's one of the stars in that team. Just to give your teammate that little bit of a kick, if he needs it. If he's on, say, first 3 games he doesn't score, and the penalties give, I'd probably say try and give that to your 9, because they need the goals. You know what I mean? You don't need it. You're gonna perform probably regardless. Yeah. And that's important. I know people joke about the penalties, but you're going to get penalties, and it does change the tally quite a bit. So, you know, if you are making him the penalty taker, Salah, exactly, then obviously it's going to be better chance he gets more goals. But really, at the end of the day, if you win the league, it doesn't matter if he's got 15 goals and 10 assists, or if he gets 20 goals and you don't win the league, you know. So what does it really matter? You just want to win the league at the end of the day. So
I think he's going to score more goals than Havertz did last season. So I think I agree with Matt.
Well, Havertz got 9 last season. In fact, we didn't have a striker that hit double figures last season. That's crazy. I know Havertz did pick up an injury towards the end of the season, so he did miss quite a few games. But I think his stats were something like 9 goals in 23 games.
That's not good enough, is it?
Jesus was like 5 or 6. Listen, I think Gyokerers, I'm banking on 20 plus, man. I honestly do think that, given his attributes, given the way we play, I think
It's got to translate over, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Nunes did score 36 goals there. That is a warning that he's.
Yeah. No, that is the one thing with Portuguese. I think he just falls short of 20, but I still think he'll be fine. Yeah. Like he'll still score enough. I think he won't have the physical dominance over a lot of players in the Premier League that he did have in the Portuguese League. And I think that's where some of the goals that he scored in the Portuguese League, you're not going to see him score in the Prem.
Yeah.
But either way, I don't think like the price you've paid for him, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
no problem.
I'm made up about that signing, to use a Liverpool term. I love that term.
Made up, mate. We're going to move on to another topic now, and that is Newcastle's worries. So we just talked slightly before about all of the players that they have been going in for, and they have been absolutely rejected by, I honestly can't tell you how many it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players or something. Where do you think they're going to find their replacement for said Alexander Isak if he does leave? So Benjamin Sesko's been all over the club. He's getting passed around everywhere.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know what it is with Sesko, but I feel like I knew Newcastle would be interested in him because there's not many strikers left, and that's the danger. And obviously, he had to drop the asking price to 60 million or something when it was like 90 million euros they were asking for initially, because they've realised, Leipzig, everybody in the Prem, which is where the money is getting strikers now.
Yeah.
So if you don't sell this guy now, next 3-4 years, no one's going to need a striker. Yeah. So you need to actually get him moving if you want the money. Real Madrid, they just get freebies. Barcelona, they're not rich. Serie A, don't even bother. PSG. That's about it. Bayern, so for me, I don't know if Sesko would want to go there. That's the question. Like, will they actually agree personal terms? They was linked to Jackson this weekend, and I can see that. And especially because
just take Nunes instead.
But the thing is with Jackson, I used to call him the baby Isak, and obviously that, or the daddy Jesus. But he's that type of player where he does link up, he does hold up the ball, he does carry it, he does facilitate for others. Yeah, he hasn't got anywhere near the finishing quality of Isak, but profile-wise, it's not too far away from what they've gone with in the past. And they were obviously interested in Ikatike as well, who again is of that mold. Yeah. So I do think profile-wise, even if he's missing a few things, which he is, there's still enough boxes being ticked, especially Premier League experience, 2 seasons on the trot as well. I can see them going for him. We want like 60, 65 minimum.
For Nicholas Jackson?
The asking price was 80, and I was like, there's no way. And I was like, I know we're not going to get 80. However, I'm glad that they've done this because this is different. There's not many options out there for Newcastle. There's Wissa. Brentford are probably not going to sell him until... No. Yeah.
Wissa said no.
Wissa said no.
Oh, really? Well, then there you go. Because Brentford needed to replace him. They've lost Mbeumo. They lost Tony. There's too many strikers over the last couple of years. Like... There's not loads of guys out there that you can go and get. Mateta maybe at Palace. Well, what's he going to cost?
Yeah.
So,
How old is Jackson?
24. Perfect age for Newcastle as well.
He looks way older.
Yeah,
he looks older.
You said he was related to a lot of different players there, and you were saying he plays like Daddy Jesus or something. He doesn't. The only person he's related to is Nunes, lad. Them
he's not.
One and the same.
Liverpool fans keep
the same player.
He's the same player. He's nothing like Nunes. I don't understand this Nunes comparison.
I think Jackson is much more tidier player.
Nunes doesn't thread a pass in behind.
Nunes is chaos at all times, and sometimes that chaos is brilliant chaos, like he did against Newcastle when you were a 10-man. And he came on and won the game. So no, I think Jackson's the better player.
But are we saying here that Jackson is this cultured centre?
No.
He can be a bozo. He can be a bozo. Yes, he can.
He is a bozo.
He can be with Darwin Nunes.
Well, you would know more than me. You watch him week in, week out. But I must say that
who's better?
I've not seen
Jackson.
That culture.
You think Jackson's a better footballer than Nunes?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay,
I do.
I would agree with that.
Comfortably.
You'll have to let us know in the comments.
He's a better dribbler. He's a better passer. He's better. He holds the ball up. Yeah, he used to be a winger.
Here's the problem with Jackson.
Yeah, his brain.
Yeah, 100%.
He's not mature enough. He needs. I think you know what. I do think that him playing under someone like Eddie Howe and getting him away from London, because I mean there are rumours that he's open to distractions, shall we say? I think him playing for Eddie Howe, mind you, going to Newcastle, there's a lot of distractions there as well. Isn't there?
I don't know if you know, but
I do think that would be a good move for him. I do.
But people are laughing about 65 million. Trust me, right now, this is not going to be less than 60.
He is a good player.
The market, right?
It's the market. Yeah. When you're seeing Madueke go for 55, what do you think Jackson's going to cost? Whoa. When you're seeing Kudus off a bad season going for that, or Ikatike is going
70 mil,
people are costing.
How many goals did he get last season?
He got 10, but he was injured for a bit of it as well.
And the
He got
season
15
before,
year, 15 year
he
before.
started the season
Fair
really well
play.
last season, and then the injury came.
He had
and then
he had
fell off a
9
little bit.
goals before mid-December.
Yeah,
Then he
yeah.
got injured a couple of weeks after that, and then he just was awful after that. But
He's like the tier after Nunes, isn't he? I hear what you're saying. He's just above Nunes, but not that far away. They're
No, not that
both
far.
there finishing.
One thing, sorry, going back to the Sesko stuff. I think with a lot of the strikers because United were in for a lot of strikers as well. And when I looked at Sesko, I was always a bit unsure because I think physically he's a monster. He's really tall, really strong, quick, athletic.
6'5".
6 years, massive. He's massive. So athletically, he's right there. But I just feel like technically his touch is quite clunky at times.
Yeah.
He's not as tidy as an Ekatike, for example. But having said that, if I'm Newcastle, I go for Sesko because I just think their whole game is about how their physicality is brilliant, Newcastle. So if you add to that with a Sesko, then I think it could work. And also looking at Newcastle's squad, they probably need 2 strikers.
They do.
Know? Like they've only really got Isak, who's actually a natural striker. So they're in a
Callum
bit of
Wilson's
trouble there.
gone.
And not for much longer by the sounds of it either, mate.
Callum Wilson's gone.
He was a brilliant player him as well. I really like Callum Wilson. He was just
Injuries
injury-prone.
did for him. He was
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah. Tidy player.
It's a struggle for Newcastle, right, to try and
I
find
must
a
admit, though,
replacement.
just finally on that whole Sesko Jackson thing, debate. If I'm Newcastle, which obviously I'm not, I would want Jackson for the simple reason being is Premier League tested and ready, so you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a thing as well. If Liverpool are going to go in for Isak, we could offer a player, right? We could offer somebody like Harvey Elliott or Nunes in the deal for Isak, and they've got a great player there. They don't have to go out and find another talented individual. So
If
see how they wanna do it.
if Newcastle are serious, they get both. Because you're getting 120 million for Isak anyway.
Spot on.
So 60 on each, and you get both. Because at the end of the day, Jackson doesn't strike the ball cleanly. He doesn't have the ball striking ability from range or this crazy heading ability. So that's where Sesko maybe makes up for it. But at the same time, he's still adapting. So Jackson kind of makes up for the fact there. So I think they both would complement each other very, very well if you just get both.
Imagine they got Nunes and Jackson in the same team, lah.
No, Nunes will go Saudi or
I'm not sure that'll work out on their
We're stuck with
PSR.
him, lads. We're stuck with him.
Yeah,
mate.
PSR.
they got problems. Yeah.
That
Well, I mean,
PSR
you
thing might be
amortise
an issue.
the fees of both of them, and you're getting straight money in for Isak. So
Liverpool
Look at
will
this
look
Chelsea
for
talk.
Hey!
He knows a thing or two, doesn't he?
Move assets,
He knows
lads.
a
Hey,
thing or two.
you know what I mean?
Hey, one of those famous 10-year contracts.
They don't do those ones anymore, but you know what I mean. The
I
loophole's
reckon
closed.
I reckon they're in a bit of trouble though, Newcastle next season. Not anything major, but I just think they fall out of the Champions League by a little bit. Because I think we saw it last time when they went in the Champions League. They couldn't cope with the competitiveness of the Champions League, 2 games a week. I reckon we see something.
Especially when you consider that they did well last season in terms of winning their first trophy. And so they're probably thinking they're on the precipice of something big. Then all of a sudden they lose Isak and, you know.
And they haven't invested properly yet. The one thing Newcastle always have is if they've got Tonali, Guimaraes and Joe Linton, they've got a fantastic midfield three. One of the best midfield threes in the
It's
league.
ridiculous how
It's
good
so
that
good.
is. It's
But
ridiculous.
their defensive options are, I mean, they've got Livramento, Trippier, which is and Lewis Hall, which are good fullbacks, but their centre backs, you got Dan Burn, who might be on his way on the way down. Shaw is 33 as well, so they need to invest a little bit in the defensive line as well.
I've seen plenty of memes of the fans looking at the squad and being like, damn, because it's getting whittled down, isn't it? You're seeing players going out and none of them are coming in at the moment. I'm going to read through a few super chats. This is Leandros, who says, buzzing for City, AFC, Liverpool battle, all 90-plus teams. Wow. He reckons Liverpool, City and Arsenal are all going to get above 90 points.
No chance.
I don't think so either. They've got to play each other.
Impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've
I
got to
think
play
what
each
we
other.
might see next season, and I said this on the show last week, is teams dropping points on a more regular basis than they did last season because the levels would have upped.
I agree, Lloyd. I do. Terence Pace says the ladies and under 21s won the Euros twice now. What more do the men's squad have to do finally to win a major trophy? What are the chances for next year? Well, they have to score goals and win games, and they don't. So that's probably what they've got to do.
We also need a manager that can get it across the line.
Absolutely. Get Sabrina in. But I don't even want to take her away from that team. She should be in that team. She's doing phenomenally well. Sincere Glasses says, am I the only one who rates Mateta? I don't believe you are. I think he's a fantastic striker. I think we can all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
his
well
level
rounded.
of improvement has been quite staggering, actually.
Yeah.
Because I remember
I
a
think
couple of
the problem
seasons ago, he was almost a figure of fun, was it? He went on some long record without scoring, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then when he did actually score, he got a lot of stick because he went over to the Palace fans, started doing that. It's like, what? Like, you've not scored for 20-odd games. What are you doing? But to be fair to him, yeah, he's been...
It's just Newcastle just not going to give a 28-year-old a 5-year deal.
And that's fair as well. At the same time, you can understand why. The goal for me that showed his class was the one against Arsenal when he had an opportunity. It was a real quick chance that he had to take, and he lobbed it over the keeper and it went in. That was.
Shall I tell you something as well? Having seen him up close and personal a couple of times last season at the Emirates and at their place, one thing I did notice about him, he's well renowned for his physical strength, which is apparent. But he's actually got a good touch for a big
No, he is.
That is underrated.
He can bring the ball down and control it. I think the problem with Mateta is he plays for Palace. And Palace are stubborn sellers. Yeah. Like, you saw what happened with Gay last time. Like, Newcastle paid a fair bit for him.
70
Didn't
mil.
go in the end. I think with Arsenal, you're going to find the same thing with Eze as well. They're very stubborn sellers.
Nathaniel Armstrong says, Liverpool are champions of England, so we have to challenge. I don't know who we is. That means the champions of the world, Chelsea, must... or they can't wear that badge, Matisse.
They can.
They are going to for the next 4 years, but they are.
Unfortunately. 4 years?
Yeah, for the next 4 years.
It's mad. We didn't even get to wear it as Liverpool fans. We got it for about half a year, lad. It's mad. Unique Snoop says, Zoyle, I once called you annoying in a super chat. That's not very nice. I want to apologise for you for that. You didn't deserve it. But Matisse, you are the realest Rivals fan. Come on, Arsenal.
Wow, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot
I appreciate it. So, K. Praj says, panel, can you predict who will have a better season, Arsenal or Chelsea? And they put in brackets, trophy, league position, how far in the UCL, so Champions League, and will they both do better than City? You think you're going to both do better than City next season?
Naturally, I do.
Yeah.
I'd always back us to win a trophy before Arsenal.
Well, you backed yourself.
I've already done that, haven't I? So, you know what I mean?
I think we've slightly overrated Chelsea just a little bit based on the Club World Cup. I think they were really good against PSG, don't get me wrong, but I think PSG somehow made you look better than you actually were. In terms of when they couldn't press you, when you just played over their press, they almost didn't know what to do. I think Chelsea will be there and abouts. I see a third, fourth finish, but I don't see, some people are talking about Chelsea fighting for the title. I don't see that yet. I think that the squad is still a little bit young. Enzo Maresca still was a young manager. I think you can get there. You look like you're going the right way. But for me, we're not talking about Chelsea in the title.
I think Chelsea are much like their Club World Cup campaign. You catch them on their day, Cole Palmer's firing, you got a problem. But normally, I think Chelsea are what they were last season, fourth place team. And I say that, I'm not trying to deliberately diminish Chelsea. That's just my honest opinion. If you catch them on the right day, Cole Palmer's doing his thing, they're a problem. Are they better than City and Arsenal and Liverpool? No, not in my honest opinion.
I agree, mate.
I don't think so.
Totally agree. I've got a few for you, Matisse, which is going to lead us on to our next point, but I'm going to read a few more before that, okay? So, Leandros, the lad that said all teams are going to get 90 points, he actually meant, he said it again, I don't think all teams will get 90 points, but I think they're all capable of getting plus 90 points, which I agree with. I do think Arsenal, Liverpool and City, if they hit on all cylinders, they are capable of getting above 90 points. Not all at the same time, but individually, they are all capable of getting 90 plus.
Two of them could.
But like I said, you're going to see some.
You're
going to see some maverick results next season. Trust me.
I agree.
I feel like Arsenal need a couple more signings before I say that. Just a couple more. That left-hand side.
They get Eze.
If we get Eze, hey.
Yeah?
We'll talk about that,
what's going on if you get Eze? Go on.
No, we'll talk about it.
Then, to me, we complete the set. Okay, you guys are going to get Isak, and that would make you favourites. But in terms of my mood going into next season, my confidence, very high.
That actually leads me on to a question for you, Laurie.
Yep.
And I've got a statement as well, which you're not going to like, but I'm going to read it out. Okay, it says,
I'm ready, man.
Laurie thinks Arse are bigger than Pool. Do you think that Arsenal are a bigger team?
Well, I mean, we've debated this many times before, and as Alex, and no doubt you will keep reminding me, it's all about winning trophies. But as I keep saying, criteria for big club, and I'm pretty sure you would agree with me.
He has
being
to.
a Man
He
United
has
fan,
to, mate.
So I've got left.
does not entirely evolve around trophies. There are different criteria. But listen, right now, let Liverpool have their thing. They are the top dog right now. I've got no problem in falling back and saying that. However, bring it on, man.
Yeah,
this season, we'll see.
And then another question for you, mate. It says, Laurie, this is from Jun Zero. It says, Laurie, is this Arteta's last season to win something?
That's a very good question, and it depends. A lot of that depends on what perspective you're looking at. So a lot of the fans, the Arsenal fan base that I interact with on a regular basis, they will tell you that we have to win something this season, and I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But where the issue is what? Is it a major? Is it a Premier League or a Champions League, or will one of the domestic trophies suffice and a good league run?
Well,
I'm in the latter. I think as long as we win a trophy. And our campaign is meaningful, not like last season when you lot were on the beach with 3 games to go. No, that's not going to run. We need a meaningful campaign where we push whoever it is, whether it's you, City, Chelsea, whoever, all the way down to the last game, and we've won a trophy as well. You could win a major, but here's the thing: I don't think that. Say we win nothing, right? Which personally I do think we'll win something, but say we don't win anything. I think the relationship that Arteta has with the board is so solid that I can't see them wanting to get rid of it.
I can understand that as well. I can understand that line of thinking. It's one of them. It's whether or not the big majors, as you say, suffice is what you want, or a FA Cup or whatever is going to suffice. Like, they're getting the Club World Cup. They're happy with that right now, aren't they? So there you are. Sorry, love.
No, we want the champs.
Yeah, they want, and you've got it 3 times. There you go. So we're going to move on to the next point. I'm going to read out 2 super chats before I do, okay? Because the leading goes to this, and it is Chelsea to sign Hato and Simmons. But the first question I've got for you is Matisse. This is from Gyokerers. Matisse, Donnarumma will be available. Do you take him? Around 40 million transfer fee, and he wants around 250 to 300k a week. Would you have him in goal? Because Sanchez.
Yeah, I mean, the lift that would give the team would be ridiculous. I would take him, of course, because I would like to think that the goalkeeper is, for me, top 3 positions in the team. That's the area of the team where you can't really hide, you can't really make a mistake.
Yeah.
There's no one to clean up your mess. And it makes a massive, massive difference to the back line in terms of the defenders in front. They know that the person behind them is going to claim the cross, going to communicate, going to be a figure that can be relied upon. There isn't like a moment in a game that's just going to just turn just for no reason randomly. He'd be a massive upgrade. I'd bring him in absolutely. Do I think we're going to? Absolutely not. Because of the wages that you just mentioned. And I like our wage bill, so I can't be a hypocrite and now be annoyed that it does hamper us from sometimes getting these type of players, because I think our wage bill allows us to sell players quite quickly, which people are seeing when they flop, or if they don't do well, we don't need them, we get rid of them very, very quickly. If someone's on a high wage and they flop, as we've seen at Man United, it is a problem.
Yep.
And we're not blessed with, an 80k stadium or, etc. to just move mad. Do you know what I mean? These kind of restraints are there for a reason. And I do think you can, we have got some talent, hopefully, in the goalkeeping area. Going on loan to Strasbourg today, confirmed Penders. I'll be keeping a very close eye on him next season, because I'm hoping that he is going to be, a top player that maybe mitigates missing out on some of these keepers. But right now, am I confident with someone like Sanchez in goal? No, because he's always got something up his sleeve. So I would upgrade, but I'm not expecting it. And yeah, maybe I just got to suffer one more season.
I think it's great. Thing is, I just feel like you spend so much money everywhere else on the pitch, but for 2 seasons now, Robert Sanchez he's just there. And I know he was really good against
the trust
PSG.
that they have in him is crazy. I mean, he's in good form, but yeah,
like he was really good against PSG in the final. But like, you can't go into another season relying on Robert Sanchez.
I'll tell you what surprised me is that they let Kepa go but retained Sanchez. Matisse, is that not surprised to you? Because I would say, based on what I'm seeing,
Kepa is not the level whatsoever. You may have seen something, but you won't see it
better than Sanchez
consistently.
Shots.
It's not worth. For me. It's not worth the conversation. I think Sanchez is in much better form. In the back end of the season, Club World Cup, he was really good. Kepa has got so many limitations to him. It's just it's not even worth.
Really,
it's not even worth bringing him to the table for me. Like he had to leave. I don't want him anywhere near our goalkeeping position, that's for sure. So
I didn't know.
He's a backup goalkeeper. That's what you've signed him for 5 million. He's not gonna. If Raya gets injured and he's starting, you're not winning the title. That's it. It's done. Like
really?
Tyrese finished. Yes,
he was all right for Bournemouth.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he's saying
no.
For Bournemouth last season,
you're not Bournemouth. If Raya's injured and you have to rely on Kepa for 3 months, you are not in the title race anymore.
Yeah, okay.
For me, it's that clear.
He's made a decent start, Arsenal.
I didn't understand why none of the top clubs didn't go for Kelleher. I can't tell you how good that keeper is.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal goalkeeper. He's better than Sanchez. He's better than Onana.
Kelleher's a good
I really
goalkeeper,
mean
yeah.
that.
He
is
Shot
phenomenal.
stopping wise,
I mean,
yeah,
his all-round game, bro. He's won multiple trophies with us being the star man. Last season,
He has been good, actually.
Last season, he played a lot of games. The season before that, he played more than Alisson. That kid is
To be
serious
fair, it
talent.
would have made a lot of sense for Chelsea to go.
That's what I mean, yeah. It's strange.
Financially as well, it wasn't a bad deal. Was it 20 million?
18
Something
million,
mad
but
like
would
Maybe
Liverpool
he
have
hasn't
really
got
sold
that
him for that
sexy
fee?
surname.
Not to you lot, yeah, a bit more.
12 mil.
Sexy
Anyway,
surname syndrome. He
Keller.
hasn't got that, you know what I mean? Twang to it.
and we're going to move on to the Chelsea now, but there's one last question, and this is from Emmanuel. It says, Matisse, if we do sell Jackson to Newcastle, would you want to buy Sesko?
Greedy, man. Greedy. What do you mean you want to buy Sesko? Oh, man.
Okay, so this is not a cop-out, but that's not going to happen because Sesko is not leaving Leipzig for a rotational position. I think he's moving for guaranteed first-team football because he is mapping out his career in a certain way. Same way Jude Bellingham did, same way Haaland did. Regardless of the talent, that's the way they're mapping out their careers. And he'd be coming into fight with Delap and João Pedro. I just don't see him doing that. So
better as well.
it just for me, it doesn't make sense for him. It doesn't. Do we need to spend that kind of money on someone to be a third or second choice? Probably not. We just got to be clever with it. I think we could probably find something a bit smarter in the market for that kind of role. And Sesko, I just don't see him even accepting that type of role anyway. So,
which moves me on to your other signings that you are potentially looking at, which is Hato and Simmons or Simons. Oh, the
yes,
Simmons.
Xavi.
Simmons, yeah, Xavi Simmons. Yeah,
Yeah, Xavi Simmons. Yeah, so
Apparently he wants to be known as Xavi.
Does he?
Yeah, that's
fair play. He did grow up in Barcelona academy, like, and
Yeah.
I seen clips of him growing up, and he was.
Ganacho's changed his name to
genuinely
Robert now. Robert Ganacho instead of
Sorry, serious?
No, I'm joking.
What? The way we all stopped.
I stopped instead.
I think that's what his brother's called. I don't know. I think it might be.
So, would you be happy with signing Xavi Simmons and Hato?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we need something on that left, even if it's not an out-and-out left winger like Gittins, touchline winger. We just need someone else over there just to give us a bit more tactical flexibility. I think we have the right side pretty much locked up now with options. We don't really have a deputy for Palmer. If João Pedro is seen as a striker, which he definitely is now,
he is.
There's no real backup option for Palmer. And Nkunku will leave, Chukwuemeka will leave. Money will be brought in from them sales as well. Felix just left to Al Nassr. So God forbid Palmer got injured, you'd need to make sure that you've got another 10 in there as well, who's capable of also playing with Palmer as a kind of like double 10. So there's game time there. And Hato, my preference would have been an overlapping fullback because I just feel like we don't have someone that really stretches the pitch over there to complement maybe a Simmons as well if he's stuck in. But Hato is obviously highly regarded.
Yeah.
He's captained this club, 19,
Ajax.
loads of game time, and he's coming in to deputise Cucurella. At the end of the day, we need someone to back up or give an option to Cucurella because we cannot rinse this guy any longer. Like, he's played so much football, it's insane. And I guess the plus of Hato is at least he can tuck into a back three as well if he wants to play on the left side of a back three. I don't really want to see Colwell as a wide centre back. Baddy is Shill, same. So yeah, you're kind of fixing some issues. There's still some stuff that I'm looking at thinking, could we have that? Could we have this? But yeah, you're not going to have maybe every single thing at all times in every position. So yeah, man.
It all, can you?
Yeah.
I'm surprised with Hato being the left back signing. In terms of like what you just said about overlapping centre back, he is quite.
Really.
Yeah, he's built like a centre back. He's not really built like a full back. So when I first heard he was coming in, I thought he would be more of a centre back because he's in that sort of Colwell profile of player.
Yeah, he'll be left though because I think with this, Chelsea are clearly very rigid on what they've already done. Like Renato Vega was a classic example, another left back that you can kind of maybe see as a centre back. That's what he goes and does at Juventus on loan, and now he's going to move, and he's probably going to play centre back wherever he leaves to. They're just getting exactly that kind of profile again. Someone that's aggressive, someone that can play left back but looks more like a centre back, like a Calafiori maybe at Arsenal or something like that. So. Yeah, it's just same with Nkunku, same kind of thing with Simmons. They just want that kind of left half space kind of guy. So they're pretty much sticking to what they've done previously. They're just making sure hopefully these ones actually work.
I think that's the wise thing to do. Like I said, but I'm sorry to take it back to Liverpool. It's like what Liverpool are doing with head coach and the manager thing.
Yeah.
If you keep a solid philosophy in the team, which is what that type of dynamic does. So Liverpool buy players to fit Liverpool's philosophy, not necessarily to fit what Arne Slot always wants. Because that way, what you end up with is a Man United team with 6 different managers and 6 different squads all in one and not knowing how to gel them together.
It's
because there's no
got to
philosophy
align.
in the club no more.
And
it's all Alex Ferguson's fault, that, by the way, yeah. Because he was the only man capable of running a club like that, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, I think Xavi would be great. Xavi Simons, I think, is a fantastic footballer, lad.
He needs to make it work, this one, because I feel like he obviously had the PSG move, didn't really pan out for him. Obviously, he was there when Messi and such arrived, so it was not easy. But I feel like we talked about him for so long since he was a kid. He was supposed to be the wonder kid. He's not really stuck so far. In Leipzig, he's been good. He's been nothing wrong with him. But if he does move to Chelsea, he needs to make this one work, because otherwise big clubs might not look at him the same.
It's true, lad. I never really count a PSG move if it doesn't work out as a club that is really going to make me worry about somebody, because it's so hard to make it work at PSG, no matter who you are, to be quite honest with you.
TK as well.
Yeah.
PSG.
Yeah,
absolutely. He has to go to Frankfurt and he's back now. So.
Yeah. So we'll move on. So I'm laughing because Man United, buddy.
We're
moving on to Man United. So they've been rumoured with a whole bunch of players, and one of them is Kolo Muani. So we've seen already in the window that you've bought Kuna and Mbeumo, who you wouldn't necessarily call strikers, probably wingers or 10s. So would you be happy with a Kolo Muani, and do you think that's what's going to bring you back to your glory days, lad?
No. Hey, if you think we're going to get back to glory days with one signing, would I take Kolo Muani? I'm not like super inspired by it, I'll be honest. But he's a good he's a good enough striker. He'd be an upgrade on Højlund for sure.
Yeah.
He's got more goals than Højlund. He can make the ball stick a lot better than Højlund and bring others into the game. I think it's hard to know what exactly to expect of our striker coming into this season, because I feel like last season it was so slow. And that was my biggest qualm with Ruben Amorim. I've got some issues in general with Ruben Amorim and the way he wants to play, but my biggest thing last season was this is all far too slow. And so when everyone's getting on Højlund's back, I'm thinking, all right, fairs, because his touch is horrible. He can't bring players into it. He's had a stinker towards the end of the season, but that's not his game. Like when we signed him under Erik ten Hag, the whole point was that he'd be a transitional type striker, and then you've got him back up against strikers that are way stronger than him, way bigger than him. Yeah, he's constantly trying to wrestle centre backs, which is on him, but it's also clearly an instruction for Ruben Amorim. So would Muani do that better than Højlund? Absolutely yes. I'm not super inspired by it. We've been linked to Benjamin Sesko, and although I don't necessarily love that either, I would prefer Sesko over Kolo Muani, because I just think financially it makes a lot more sense. I do also wonder if we are going to see a bit of Cunha and a bit of Mbeumo playing up top. But the whole striker position is a bit weird right now. I don't even know if Xerxes can really play there. Xerxes a bit of a, like he said himself, he's a 9.5, 10. There's a lot of question marks with the Ruben Amorim system. So I think, let's see. I wouldn't mind a Kolo Muani. I take him. He's an upgrade on Højlund, but I'm not super inspired by it.
Of course. He is a top target for Juventus as well, so you'll be entering the race with them, which might be difficult.
And he was good for them, to be fair. When he went out on loan,
his
start was really, really good. Obviously, he had a bit of a point to prove, so he was really good. But, let's see what happens with that.
One of the other questions is Cunha the real deal, mate?
I like him.
Yeah?
I
like him.
You know what it is? So, we saw with Garnacho, with Rashford, the reason why it didn't work for them is because if you're a number 10 in Ruben Amorim's system, the whole point is you basically drop into that almost number 8 role. In build-up, especially. You drop in and you help the team build up. And that can also then facilitate quicker transitions because you've got the more natural link from defence into attack. We didn't have that, Well, we didn't have that. Garnacho wanted to stay high and wide. Rashford barely played on Amorim, but he wanted to stay high and wide. So he does well in bringing others into it. And also, we don't have any ball carriers in our midfield. He is a ball carrier. He will actually get the ball, turn, and drag us up the pitch. Bruno, I love him. Absolutely adore him, but he doesn't really do that.
Yeah.
He'll ping the ball forward. He'll ping it. He'll bring the ball forward. But he doesn't carry the ball. Cunha carries the ball in a way which we don't really have. I think Mbeumo would do a little bit of that as well, but I'm also hoping Mbeumo is more the man to stretch the pitch and give us that direct threat and running behind. So I like Cunha. He's a maverick kind of player. I think Cunha's the kind of player where if he gets going, he's got a bit of confidence about him.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of swagger about him, then he can really, really help us. But he's also the kind of player where if it doesn't really go well, then he's not.
Just about
he hasn't got the pace or physicality that would just bring you goals regardless of his confidence. So I like him though. I think he's got the right temperament. When he speaks in interviews, he seems about it. He really wanted to come to the club as well. So I like the signing. I think the fee makes sense. I'm about it. Yeah. I like it.
I do rate him. I think he was a fantastic player at Wolves.
He was.
Let's hope that he's not going to be a fantastic player at Man United. I mean, listen, he might be. We never know. They've bought two very, very talented players in Cunningham and Mbeumo. I absolutely love Mbeumo, mate. The way he stretches defences, like you said, pulls the centre-backs out or the full-back out, and he just creates space for everybody and slots it himself.
He's exactly what they need as well. Hard-working player, good attitude, I think.
Only 25?
Given some of the foibles of some of your players in recent years, he is exactly what you want.
Yeah. Plays a lot of crosses as well, you know. He played the most crosses in the Premier League last season.
Really?
220-odd. Which surprised me because he's more of a right forward, so you'd expect him to cut inside more often and drive forward. But he put in the most crosses last season in the Premier League.
That's mad. I didn't expect that from
for Brentford as well.
Yeah, which if
20 plus goals as well.
Yeah, mate. In Cunha and in Mbeumo, you got 35 Premier League goals last season. But going back to Sesko, if you do get a Sesko, and you've got Mbeumo putting in the crosses, and you've got Dorgo on the other side, hopefully doing the same. Then there's a bit there. You know what? Generally, I'm quite positive about this season. More so because we've only got one game a week to worry about. That's a big
What's
part
your aspiration for this season?
Great question.
6th/5th. If we can really try, because I think top 4 is locked down. I think top 4 is locked down with Chelsea, Liverpool, City, and Arsenal. But I think that 5th spot, you got Spurs, Villa, Newcastle, who I think will be pushing for that 5th spot. I think we can be thereabouts if he gets. It's a big if, isn't it? It is a big if, because if he gets it wrong like he did last season, then we're in big trouble. But the signs are good against West Ham. The how we pressed in unison was a lot better. It wasn't so divided in terms of the attack goes, the defense stays. It was a lot better. He's going for a lot of a younger core base of players. Like, for example, he played both Heaven and Yoro in the back line yesterday. Again, it helps us just get forward and play that higher line a little bit. We did get caught out with Bowen, to be fair. Yeah. But I feel okay. I think 5th, 6th. I'll take 6th. I want to get back into Europa League, not Conference League.
Yeah.
But I think we could push because Spurs I think could struggle with Champions League. Same with Newcastle. Aston Villa have serious PSR issues. Maybe there's a 5th spot. But you want to just see his style of play be implemented, a bit of consistency, and some goals, man. Yeah. Like, I want to see some goals. We got no goals last season.
Yeah.
Like, Rashford left, and he was still like our 3rd highest goal scorer by the end of the season. Like, help us out, lads. So
just that midfield for me.
It's
that midfield needs surgery, man.
Well,
massively.
I think ideally 2 players. I think in that midfield, but minimum 1, just to give legs in there, because. Yeah. It's just too old, and there's nobody that seems to be able to really anchor that midfield, play passes, dictate, control games. It's just too much like rock and roll. It's just crazy.
Yes,
with Agate.
One thing I'll say as well, we haven't really got any ground eaters in midfield, because I think Agate does a bit of that, but not as much as you'd like. Kobe, I love Kobe, and he can do a bit of the passing out the back and linking the play up, but he's not got the legs for it. I'm a little bit worried about Kobe in general, if I'm being completely honest. I think he's one of our most talented players, come from the academy, of course, but he is a 3-man midfield kind of player.
Yes.
He's not a 2-man midfield. He hasn't got the legs for it. I hope Amram can make it work if you support him with the centre-back so that he doesn't have as much space in behind him to cover, if one of the full-backs can help him out.
Is there a case to be made then that you just go to a 3-5-2? You play Cunha and Mbeumo up top together, and you play maybe Kobe Mainoo, Bruno Fernandes, and you get a new 6, and then you just play like that.
All right, I've spoken about this with mates. I've spoken about this on the United View. Ruben Amorim just won't do it though.
Oh,
and this is another issue that I've got with Ruben Amorim. He's so stuck on his ways. This 3-4-3 with the 2 inside 10s, I don't think he'll change. So I would like to see that as well, if I'm being completely honest.
Especially Diallo at right wing back, and that's actually.
You know what? He can make it work at right wing back, because he will get licensed to go forward quite a bit, and when he holds the width and he can drive inside, he's a really dangerous player. But against West Ham, for example, I just don't think he influenced the game enough. He was a bit isolated out there. So there's a lot to figure out, and I've said this numerous times. I don't like the 3-4-3. I'm not a fan, but I like Amorim as a personality and as a character to drive change at the club. But the system, I just
because even Mason Mount, I know he's probably like far back in many of your minds, but if he was in a 3-man midfield, I think he'd benefit as well. Just the type of player that he is. So it makes a lot of sense to me. But Yeah, it sounds like it's not going to happen.
A lot of work to do for Man United, a whole bunch of work. But if you're still here, guys, and you're watching us, please make sure you get the likes up. And if you're just joining us, click the like button on your way in, please. There's 4,000 of you watching or something, and we haven't even got 1,000 likes yet, so please click that button. It's dead easy. We're going to move on to our next topic. That was well spoken, Nick, on your debut, mate. Well done, lad. So, Arsenal unveil Gyokerers and ramp up Eze talks. And I know you said before you want to talk about Eze, and honestly, loved that man. He was my favourite player in the league 2 years ago. He's one of them footballers that you love to watch. He's elegant, he's beautiful on the ball, and he's creative. He's got bloody everything,
all
in
of
my
the
opinion.
above.
He really
Couldn't
is.
agree
He's a
more.
beautiful footballer. But how does it make you feel now that you've got Gyokerers? But who, by the way, did you know this? His number that he's got?
14.
14. That is the holy grail of Arsenal tops, like 8 for Liverpool. Like,
You know what? I don't want to burst the bubble or anything, but I'm not one of those fans, maybe because I'm older than you guys, but I don't get hung up on the old shirt number stuff. I'm much more interested in the goals he's going to get than the shirt number. I do accept that the 14 at Arsenal especially is a bit iconic with Henry, who in my humble opinion is the greatest ever Premier League player, and I'm sure you guys would agree.
I agree.
But yeah, I don't get particularly hung up on numbers. But what I would say about Gyokerers is that, like most of the fan base, I'm really excited because for me, I think you said it earlier, Dor, it's the missing piece. We see it as the missing piece of the jigsaw. We've been waiting for a number 9, a proper number 9 for years now. We've not had what I call a prolific goal scorer at the club since Aubameyang left, and that was about 3 years. Well, signed him in 2022 anyway. So, sorry, no, he left in 2022. So we've not had a proper number 9 since then. And listen, anyone that watches Arsenal on a regular basis will tell you that we create chances. We have a lot of possession, but we need somebody that in those clutch moments can get you the goals that go on to win things. Yeah. And I'm excited by Gyokerers. He's not the be-all and end-all, but he's a crucial part of what we're trying to do.
It's what you said. He's what you haven't got. He literally is. He's just that final piece of the puzzle for me. Like that, for me, this is Arteta's last season. This is your final piece. Here we are. If it's what you said. If he crawls to second again, and we've won the league, or City have won the league really early, it's time to go. It really is. But this is it.
But you are right in a way. I mean, I've been using the term #no excuses on a lot of the shows I've been on because especially if we get Eze across the line as well, there is literally no excuses anymore. I mean, you only had to, not that you guys probably would have watched it, but our 2 pre-season games told a lot. You watch that game, those 2 games, Havertz was up top. And now listen, I'm not trying to denigrate Havertz. He tried his best. Apparently in the pre-season, he's been bulking up and, you know what I mean, and all the rest of it. However, you look at him in there in that number 9 and it's just not happening. We need somebody to go in there, take the ball by the horns. May mean that we will have to adopt a slightly different style of play. Yep. So, we'll have to adjust to that. But seriously, this could be it. So I'm excited.
It is. It's the final piece. And you're looking at Eze coming in. Like for me, as I said, I've just been talking, waxing lyrical about him because I think he's just a phenomenal footballer to watch. But the one thing I have a concern about for Arsenal fans, and you can tell me in the comments what you think about this, and I'll ask Laurie now, is Eze, whilst he is a phenomenal footballer, you do have another player called Odegaard who plays in the number 10, right? And we're talking about Eze playing on the left wing when really he's not a left winger. He's an inverted. He plays a left number 10. So does that mean that, yes, Arteta now does have to change his system to become a bit more attacking, to free up the players like Gyokerers and Eze to do what they need to do? Otherwise, how is he going to fit into that team really playing his best football? I just feel like there's a clash there with Odegaard and Eze. I don't know if you agree with me. It's just, I don't see him as an out-and-out left winger. I see him as a number 10.
He does his best football at number 10.
Is Arteta's man. Arteta loves Martin, mate. He loves him. So is he going to leave Martin out to bring in Eze?
Well, that is why the likes of Mikel Arteta gets the money he gets to make those decisions.
Yeah.
Do you know what I saw the other day though? I saw Lewis Skelly working with the coaching staff practicing his crossing. And I think it is because of Eze. Because when you look at Eze, he starts on the left, but he doesn't want to tuck in. And you want to create that kind of like box midfield with maybe Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard on the right top, and then Eze on the left top. which means you need an overlapping fullback. And the thing is with Lewis Skelly, which I never even really clocked because I just watched Lewis Skelly dribble, pass. He's so good. I'm like, this brother don't cross. I was like, yo, and then they was all talking about on the timeline. Like, oh, okay, he doesn't cross. So then when I was watching the clip, I was like, oh, he actually doesn't really know how to cross that well. Obviously, he was a midfielder.
Well, you do know he's not by
He's
trade.
a midfielder, exactly. Yeah. So this is something that he's not
middle.
really had to develop.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously, if you get a left winger, this probably all goes out the window. If Madueke's playing left wing, etc. But if it is Eze, it makes sense that Lewis Skelly's going to have to do maybe more overlapping instead of.
Like I said, we're going to have to
underlapping.
make certain adjustments to the way we play. I spoke about Gyokerers coming in. Very different from what we've had in previous years. So he's more direct, more physical, more combative. We've not really had a striker at the club for a few. Even when Aubameyang was there, he's not really strictly like that. A lot of times he's drifting off the wings as well. Whereas now, got someone right through the middle who's able to do that. And likewise, like you said, if Eze comes in, which I sincerely hope he does, we will have to make those adjustments. That being said, though, that is a hell of a midfield, man. And we got options there. I mean, I've seen Odegaard in pre-season. He's looking sharp. He's looking ready. He was under par for large spells last season. I think you're going to see a new and improved Odegaard as well. So, bring on,
players.
The thing is, if I was an Arsenal fan, and this is just my preference, I just love out-and-out wingers. I love a winger who could take on a man and beat them. I think that it's a bit of a dying art a little bit in football. But the thing, what I think why Eze could make a lot of sense is that Arsenal do well against the big six clubs anyway. They're fine there. When they're spacing behind, you can play a Martinelli who will just run in behind. Now you've got Gyokerers, you can do that as well. So against the big six clubs, you're generally fine. Where you've dropped points is against your West Hams, who basically just come to the Emirates and basically say, we're going to sit in, break us down. Yeah. So in those kind of games, Eze is fine out there anyway because he'll drift inside anyway. So it's not.
And here's what you also get with Eze: goals. Yeah. So he will free kicks, shots from distance, which is something regrettably at Arsenal. You'd speak to any Arsenal fan, we lament the amount of times we see players with the space opens up. You say, shoot! And they neglect to shoot.
Only Declan does it, doesn't he?
And that is so frustrating.
Odegaard never shoots.
Yeah.
Odegaard never shoots. Yeah.
Oh, he's so frustrating.
He needs to switch up his game a little bit. I feel like
and like you just said, when we're playing teams that are, not your top six who deploy the low block, you need guys who are going to shoot from distance, make things happen, a little mercurial trick here and there. Yeah. Bang. And that's what Eze brings.
He does. He's phenomenal talent, mate. He really is. He reminds me of them kids that grow up in the cage and just have that ability, that pure ability of playing football. He decide what he wants to do and he'll just execute it perfectly well.
Sorry, quick one on Arsenal as well before we move on from Arsenal. Max Dowman.
Oh, man.
I was just about to mention that, as Mr. was about to say.
Max Mania.
You've got so many. The kids coming out of your academy is ridiculous. Lewis Skelly and Wanyeri and now this Max Dowman. Yeah. You've been begging for replacement for Xhaka. Now you've got Noni, but you've got that Max there and you've seen him twisting up grown fellas, right? Yeah. He's a serious player.
Another number 10, by the way.
Yeah. But when he won the penalty, though, he just obviously Matt Target, not the best fullback in the Premier League, but senior fullback. Duppied him onto his left, and then Joe Linton's like chasing him back, tripped him. He's silly.
And you know what I loved about that play as well is that he outdid Joe Linton there, because if you remember when he came on, I don't know if you watched the whole game, but when Max Dowman came on, we was all saying that welcome to Newcastle and Joe Linton. We all knew what was going to happen, and within a couple of minutes of him coming on, he got flattened by Joe Linton. And I thought to myself, yes, this is what. But you see the way he responded, and the way he won that penalty, he kind of.
It was like a
he did him, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? He outsprinted him, then he slowed down just that little bit, invited the challenge, went down, bang. And you saw the way the Arsenal players responded to him as well. To Odegaard, the way he pushed him in front of the fans at the end to go and get his. You know what I mean?
All I know is big season for Captain Odegaard. Yeah, because I see Xhaka, I see Wanyeri, I see Dowman, I see a lot left footers off that right hand side. I don't see a lot of space now. It's getting a bit congested.
Well, that's the way it should be.
Claustrophobic, yeah, but that means the captain's gonna have to sit down in a minute because last season's performances from him are not gonna be tolerated this season. Not when you need to win the league. I saw him ducking out of headers and all sorts of nonsense last year when you're meant to be the captain. These 3 left-footers from Hell End are coming for your spot. If it makes sense, if it doesn't make sense. If they're 10s, if they're wingers, I'm telling you now, this brother here, big season. He doesn't even understand
Odegaard is no fool.
Nowhere to hide.
Odegaard is no fool. He will know that the pressure is on. So, yeah. But all these things you're saying is good because competition for places, energy in the team, difficult decisions for the managers. As fans, that's what we want.
Pressure makes diamonds. Sounds it's what do they call it? A champagne problem to have quality players in the same positions.
Would have been nice for you, like, if one of them was right-footed though.
It's true, you know.
All 4 of them.
Lewis Kelly as well.
Lewis Kelly left-footed as well. Yeah,
no, but in terms of like that area, like you just said, those 4 all kind of occupied the
One
same
thing I would say
area.
though, I don't know if you guys, there's something mercurial about left-footed players. Have you noticed?
The specialists. I've got a theory about this, right? I've got a theory about it, right? So most players, right? I grew up playing football all my life. I'm a freestyle footballer, right? Most players are right-footed, 90% of them. Yeah. And so when you're defending a player, honestly, your subconscious is already thinking that he's going to shift onto his right because that's his strongest foot to shoot. So when a player shifts to the left, you're almost caught off a little bit. Yeah. He's going to go to the right, now he's in the left. I've got a feeling that plays a part with you defending. It's subconscious, you know.
You don't defend
same with southpaw boxers, right?
Yeah. You don't defend against them as much as well, so you've got less experience of how to deal with them.
Super awkward, like. I've got a few super chats that I'm going to read out before we move on. This is JQLFC. He said, the stakes could not be any higher this coming season. Liverpool to retain, Arsenal to win a trophy, City and Chelsea to challenge, a season 2 watch. Well, he sold it there to me already, mate. Retain it.
Is it me? But I think that this could be the most exciting season in years.
Yeah.
I mean, last season was disappointing.
You just said this before, didn't you?
Yeah. I do honestly think, regardless of where we all, I think going into this, I mean, look at that first game with us and United. That is
perfect.
Yeah. My one thing is just that if Arsenal don't kick on like they should and City don't and Liverpool just walk with it again, that's my one
I don't
fear.
think that's going to happen.
No, I don't think that. Even as Liverpool fan, I don't think that. Next super chat here is from Cape Raz, and it says, in my honest opinion, Isak and Salah will be like 2 captains on a ship. Liverpool will end up with the same issues like Real Madrid and PSG in the past. Liverpool would be far scarier if they got somebody like Gordon.
No.
I don't agree either.
I disagree.
I don't agree.
I think Salah will love it.
Because I think he's hinting at Galacticos.
Yeah.
And I think at Liverpool, number one, those personalities, Isak and Salah, are not like that.
No.
They're humble guys. And 2, Onslaught won't have that on his watch.
Yeah. I agree, mate. Absolutely agree. We've got another one from 280p. It says, Isak is more a Suarez deal than Coutinho, unable to find a replacement and stuck with some dummy like Balotelli. Don't quite understand what that means, but I've read it out for you. There you go, mate. Clara Bitty, what's happening? You famous Clara Bitty. Doyle, would you ask AGT if he has the stats of Wirtz against Milan like he had the stats ready for Trent after he played his first game for Madrid? Well, Gilly, if you're watching, lad, go and find the stats because Clara wants to see them. But I can tell you now, Clara, he played boss. Yeah, go and look at his little highlights. He was fantastic. Boss little outside the boot round the corner pass. So, another one from John Zero. Thank you again for your soup chat. Says, Kai can't wait for United. Has for us this season always entertaining. And yes, they are. Even as a Liverpool supporter, they've entertained the hell out of me last season. Mwah!
Hated, adored, never ignored.
Whatever you need to say, buddy. Liverpool have only spent, this is from Leon Bimpson, Liverpool have only spent 39 million more pounds than Arsenal FC. That's quite some financial booking, right?
Is in this? Not this summer.
I don't know. Are you saying?
I think that might be over across the last two summers. That can't be this.
It might be, yeah, it might be. Chelsea 5-star FC. Arsenal fan really annoys me. Matt defenders. I think he's done a great well. And Laurie's a nice man. I don't find him annoying.
I'll tell you what, if you think I'm annoying now.
Wait until he wins something, then
wait until we win something.
I've been doing this for a while now. Sometimes you've got to let the clip play out, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys,
you're terrible.
Shouldn't just shout over a man when they're speaking. You know what I mean? Let them talk. Let them talk, man.
Let me
you
talk.
Know what I mean?
You know what he's saying there? I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing then. Read them between the lines. And what he actually said was, don't say anything to Arsenal fans. Just let them do it to themselves and watch at the end of the season. That's what he just said. I heard that. Did you hear that, Lonnie?
I did hear that. But listen, I'm embracing it, bro. Because like I said, I'm optimistic.
It's fuel, lads.
Exactly.
Take it as fuel. We've got another super chat here from Black Hole who says, Arsenal would be the most under expectation of pressure to win this season, followed by City/Liverpool and Chelsea too. Okay?
Listen, a lot of teams are under pressure next season. I mean, Man United, they're under pressure. right?
To not
Everyone's got their own.
Not in the bottom half. Yeah.
Everyone's got their own pressure. We've certainly got a lot of pressure. Liverpool are under pressure because you've spent
massive.
The weight of expectation. City, they're under pressure because of what happened to them last season. You know, I mean, Chelsea are under pressure after what they did.
Yeah.
Their fans are looking for them to kick on. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
So we've just had some breaking news brought to us in the studio by our production team,
Ornstein.
and it is that what?
It's I got it here. Ornstein, Newcastle in talks with Southampton to sign Aaron Ramsdale.
Wow.
Loan plus a buy option.
Wow. Ramsdale for Newcastle.
They've done some business.
Wait.
They've done something.
Has it happened yet though? Because he might still reject. If Ramsdale rejects you, Newcastle, it's over. Stop trying to buy players. There's no point anymore. Okay.
They missed out on Trafford, didn't they?
Yeah, and he's gone to City
and they were
now.
looking at Trafford for a long time.
He's a good keeper.
He's a good little keeper. He was good.
A lot of
Generally.
people laugh and joke about him and say what they say, but when he was at Arsenal, most fans will tell you he was good for us.
Yeah, he got you where he wanted to be.
It feels like Newcastle, like I said, I feel like that gap to the top four to the rest is going to get wider because Newcastle, their signings with Elanga, Ramsdale, they're good signings, and you can make sense of them, but they're not kicking them on.
Ramsdale's not a
taking
kick on
them to the next
signing.
level. Do you know what I mean?
No.
And that's the gap that's there, and that's what's clear is that Newcastle are not able in this window. Sometimes maybe because of where they are, or also just purely because of the history with the bigger teams and whatever.
What must be frustrating
not
for them
able
is
to
they've
kick
got
on.
all this money and they can't spend it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Last super chat here that I've got is from Colin McDonoghue. Yeah, and it says, this Arsenal squad is different. They are no longer Bottle Job FC. These guys are killers, and I think this year will be different. Have you ever heard an Arsenal fan say that before?
Next season.
I haven't.
Next season.
never heard that before. Never heard that before.
Right, moving on to our next topic, which is Morgan Gibbs-white is staying at Nottingham Forest, all because he chose to. He never got forced to.
No
He definitely
pressure.
chose to stay.
No pressure.
Yeah, there was no pressure from
No
the owner
shotgun
or
marriage.
nothing. None of that.
Come on, man.
Did we see
No
his interview,
shotgun
guys?
marriage.
Come on, man.
Did we see it?
He's standing there trying to show his devotion to Nottingham Forest, and the camera's panning, and this big Greek mafia boss is just standing next to it. And I'm thinking, this is a threat. This is a hostage situation. This is, you better stay here, or things will happen behind the scenes, and people will go missing. And that's what it is, because let's be honest, he wanted to go to Tottenham. He agreed personal terms. Then Tottenham got taken to court. Very similar situation happened to us with Elise. And I said to Toby, I said, hey, this is not going to go through, because from the moment Nottingham Forest even digging their heels in, you just don't want the potential repercussions, the aftermath, or you just don't want it. It's not necessary. It's not needed. You're going to pull out of the deal, and he's going to sign and he's going to sign a new contract. Same thing Elise did at Crystal Palace, and probably Gibbs-white is still going to probably end up leaving, maybe at some point. But, bruh, that was some nasty mafia boss shit right there.
Yeah, you know what it is, right? And I'm trying not to make light of this, but remember many years ago when you used to see certain hostage situations.
Oh, days.
And you saw the person on the floor with almost like a gun at their head. And they're saying, oh, they're treating me very well. I'm happy.
Bro, that's what it was.
That was reminiscent of, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to make like it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of conjured up that type of vibe. So.
Yeah.
Bro was there.
Bizarre.
Big eyes. I'm really happy to be signing for Forest. I'm happy. Yeah, you know what it is as well? I feel like they probably made it difficult for Spurs to carry on with that deal, basically forcing him to sign the contract. Because there's no one else going to come in for you. You got to do something. So you sign the contract. But going for him, though, had a chance to go play for a Champions League club.
Man said I felt the love.
But you know what it is as well? In a way, I'm going to give Marinakis some credit, though, because he, you know what I mean? He said you're not going nowhere.
I don't know if I want to give him credit. I want a doc. I want a Netflix documentary of what really happened. And I want to find out the truth. And then maybe then I'll
Do you think that...
Just so we can make this clear, right? None of this is true. Okay, we're just having a little bit of a laugh. It's not real. We don't think he's a mafia boss or anything like that.
Do you think
we
that
just
this
thought it was
might
a
have,
funny interview, that's all. This is
This
not
might
the
be-
views of everybody.
this might be the start of something new with Chairman, where they're going to actually say, you know what? We'll pull up in future. And praise, you know what I mean? Wissa will be told, listen, man, you're not going nowhere.
We've got
Wissa, all of a sudden, that I'm striking, I'm not, you know what I mean? It's
crazy.
Well, he's staying there now, and he was a fantastic football player for them last season, and maybe Forest continue to do what they're doing, and they had a great season last season. So
be interesting to see how it plays out, though.
I'm very interested to see how it will play out. I'm also super interested to see how Tottenham will do as well with somebody like Thomas Frank at the helm, because I just think he's a phenomenal manager.
He is.
But that'll be interesting. And we've got another transfer, which is quite a weird one, to be honest with you. I've never seen this coming. Xhaka to Sunderland. It's happened. We've got the here we go and all of that. It's happened. It's happening. He's got a new airline coming, pending and all that.
Yeah.
By September, it'll be ready to go for his new team. Yeah, how are we feeling about that one?
I think he's going to lead them to safety. I really do. Yeah, I think Sunderland look like they'll stay up now with that kind of signing, with the quality that he was showing at Leverkusen, and then to come here, and he's probably going to be captain, or he's going to lead.
Yeah.
He's going to lead without the armband, but. Yeah, I just like what they're doing in this window. They're showing statement of intent. And to be honest, what Nottingham Forest did, even though, yes, I don't know if they got deducted points or hit with fines or whatever, it's worth it. Like, if you've got to bend the rules a little bit and spend more than you can to stay in this league and then take the penalties, take them.
And they did it.
Yeah, because it worked, didn't it? Now they're in Europe and man, them are pulling up in interviews and all sorts. So, now, for me, unless Premier League are gonna, and I'm not saying Sunderland are doing this, but unless Premier League are gonna make the consequences more damning, if I was an owner of a club coming up from the Championship, I would be going ballistic in the window. I'd be doing everything I can to bring in players that are gonna keep me in this league for the next 2 years, and then I'll pay whatever fine and fare I got to pay after. So for me, Sunderland are they're looking proper.
They've invested as well. They've invested. I hope they stay up. They're proper like Barclays, Premier League.
North East Derby, lads.
Yeah,
that's a feisty one. That.
The tune. Yeah.
I've got to say as well, obviously being an Arsenal fan, I was always an admirer of Xhaka. So it's great. It would be great to see him back in the Premier League. And I think that's a great signing for them, man. I mean, I've got to say, I was a little bit surprised when I heard about it being muted in going to Sunderland. But listen, man, I'm fully on board with it.
I think if we were all going to sign for a Ten Hag team, we'd all want to leave too. Honestly, mate, right? He's finished second in the Bundesliga last season, and he wants to go to a newly promoted Premier League team that haven't been here for about 15 years. I don't know how long it is, 10 years or something, but the fact that he wants to leave a good team in Leverkusen to go to Sunderland, who are not necessarily the best team in the world, I think Leverkusen are a better team, says something about Ten Hag.
No. I'll defend him a little bit.
I've just got to say
he gets a worse rep than what he actually was, in my opinion. He's not a horrible coach. It just didn't go right for him in his second season at United. And also it's also the Premier League pool. I'd want to play in the Premier League over the Bundesliga personally.
Yeah, so, maybe that's true as well. Maybe he's set up his life. He's been in Arsenal for a long time. Maybe his life is set up in the UK, so he just wants to get his paycheck back now. He's probably getting a good deal from Sunderland.
Yeah, he would be. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he would be.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, listen, if he can help keep Sunderland out, he'll be seen as a legend there.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm sure that's not something that's escaped his attention. So it's a good project for him.
I want to see how he deals with the pressure of being the main man in a team, because last time he was in Arsenal, we've seen how much he got red cards and how much he lost his temper. Yeah.
No, listen, he's an alpha male.
Yeah.
And his mentality, he will embrace that challenge.
Mate, the first season where Arsenal actually competed, I think the best version of Arteta's Arsenal that we've actually seen, Xhaka was a big part of that.
Yeah.
Big part of that. I'm surprised they let him go.
I remember I used to get into big arguments with Turkish about Xhaka. I've always admired him as a player. He hasn't always, been of his best self. He's made some silly mistakes, but
I can't wait for the time where Derby, man.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Lads, Sunderland v Newcastle is great.
He might go.
He might go there.
Yeah, he might go.
How many derbies is there in the Prem now? We've got Liverpool v Everton, we've got Man United v Man City, we've got Tottenham v Arsenal, and now we'll have Sunderland v Newcastle. Is there any others in that we're playing about? I'm not going to say Brighton and Palace, because that's not
in London. You got
you got loads.
They're the four major ones to me from different parts of the country. Like the biggest derby, in my opinion, sorry Matisse lad, is the Spurs and the Arsenal one in London.
But I think the Chelsea Tottenham ones are entertaining as heck.
They're really good, yeah. Yeah, Tottenham and
they're brilliant,
fighting everywhere. I've got a few more super chats to read out before we go. So this one is from Jack Haggis. Ooh, I do like a bit of haggis, actually. Jackson would bang at Newcastle. They set up for him. We've said it before, and Laurie said it. He thinks that Eddie Howe would actually be somebody that's quite good for Jackson to get him in form and scoring the goals. Clara Bitty is back again. Thank you very much. She says, kind request to Diaz Sports, please do not quote tweets from Rory Jennings about Xavi Simons. Only rep for Chelsea on DR is Matisse. You got some love there, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoken to Ori before, and it's funny because people, what I've realized, because obviously being in this for a few years now, is people just buy it, man. They can't help themselves but buy it.
Yeah.
And the more you buy it, the more it happens. So at the end of the day, the game works.
Yeah, you gotta make it the money. You know what I mean?
Bro,
you gotta
the game,
make it the money.
the game is the game, and it works every single time. People keep bringing it up. They're angry about it. They quote tweet it. They retweet it. They comment. I'm like, bro, why do you think it keeps happening? Do you know what I mean? So
it's your fault, actually. Yes. Leandros is back for the third time. Thank you so much, mate. We're very grateful. It says, in my opinion, Gyokerers and Eze will unlock a wealth of build-up options. In-game changes will cause headaches for every opposition, no matter their setup, deep or high line. And we all agree on that, right? They're definitely going to add some options now, creative options for Arsenal, and it's going to make them a better football team. Yeah. Without a doubt, we all agree on that. And the last one that I have here, I believe, is Gudra. Morning from Austin, Texas. Wow, that's a far away place from us. Thank you for watching. Excited for the new season. I can't wait to see if United hit the big 40 points. You'll never walk alone. What a great place to end on. That's fantastic.
Catching strays.
Honestly, man. I love it, mate. I had this all my childhood. May it continue. But you know what? Social media wasn't around when I was a kid. So
that's really
forever grateful for that. Thank you, Liverpool. So I think we'll end the show here. Everyone's been fantastic. Nick, you've been great on your debut, mate.
Cheers,
well done,
lads. Thank you very much. Thank you, lads. Thank you.
At last, a United fan with reasoned judgment, unlike the boy Flex.
Oh, I do have one
Shout
more.
out to Flex, by the way.
Shout out Flex. I do have one more super chat here. It says, hi, DR Sports. Do you think the competition for European football, places 3rd to 7th, will be more intense this year? Any dark horse teams?
United.
not third to 7th. It'll be fifth down for me.
I think top 4 is locked.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll be as intense as last year because it's impossible.
It was
last
crazy.
year was wild.
It was.
It was the most insane battle ever. It was like 4 teams on the last day. That's not.
Mate, Villa lost out because of Emi Martinez's
literally
red card against United on the last day.
It was Chelsea Forest last day, battling for it. Villa, like you said, and Newcastle lost against Brighton and still got it.
Yeah.
That is the one battle from last year that will not be topped.
You know what? A battle that could get very interesting next season. The relegation battle. Because whereas the last couple of seasons it was fairly easy to predict.
Yeah.
This year there could be a couple of clubs. I mean, you mentioned Brentford.
Honestly, poor guys.
Looking at them, man.
Poor guys.
Yeah,
they got stuff, you know.
And then the teams that have come up this season are better than the ones that came up last season.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, Brentford are in trouble. But if they keep Wissa, then that's important, massive. I think he can bag 15.
But 25 million is not enough for Brentford to sell him, so they said no to Newcastle, and I don't think he'll leave.
Norgard's a massive miss for them.
It is,
yeah.
I'm speaking to a few West Ham fans who are worried as well. They're saying, boy, man, they've not bought anyone.
I can never imagine them actually going down with Jared Bowen in that squad.
Yeah,
I just think he's too inevitable.
What if he gets injured? God forbid. We don't want to see that.
Yeah, then problems.
Or if he's off form, or what? You know what I mean?
Paqueta, I think, is going to play though, isn't he? Because he's
apparently they want to get rid of him. You know, apparently they're open.
They want to get rid of him.
Oh, I saw a report saying they're open to
somewhere in Brazil, one of those teams.
Newcastle will get him, lad. They love getting them type of players in, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to end the show there. Thank you so much, guys, for giving us a wonderful show. If you liked it, please give us a like on the way out. It's not hard. You just go little dink on your keyboard or on your mouse or whatever you're using, okay? Just give us a little like, and thank you for watching today. You've all been great. Enjoy the show. Thank you, guys.